Hello everyone, this is Konrad. Today I'm going to show you how to run a Gemma2 model on your private Kubernetes cluster. So this might be useful in many cases when you want to be completely independent of the cloud. For example, maybe you have a use case where you want to use it in a shop or in a factory. That might be a really good edge case scenario. The way I'm going to show you, you can use different language model, download them quite easily without having to actually have a Hugging Face account. So pretty useful. So let's get down to work. See you in a bit.
Okay, and here we already are in the console. I zoomed it a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. I'm doing an SSH to one of my nodes in K8s cluster. This is a distribution I'm using because I'm playing around with edge cases. So now I SSH to the server node. This is where I have my kubectl available. As you can see, 3 nodes. One of them is the control plane, but it also can host actual workloads. We'll create the Ollama namespace right now, so we can place all the Ollama application and some other nice features up there. As I already downloaded the YAML files that we need. You can get them from a GitHub link I'll add to the video. But basically, we'll start with deploying Ollama itself. So let's have a look at the deployment manifest. So as you can see, this is going to deploy an image of Ollama with the latest version. So let's apply this. If we apply, we're going to have a single pod of Ollama. Okay, this is created. We still need to get access to Ollama. So let's deploy the service. If we look inside, this is going to be simply cluster IP. You can use whatever type of service you want. If you want to do port forwarding, etc. Here, we will want to connect to this locally. If you want to use the API, if you want to use the external access, you can do that as well. Okay, so the pod has been deployed, and we will be SSHing to it as well. I'm actually, as you can see, I've been playing around with Anthropic. That will help me. That actually helps me with some commands from Kubernetes. I got pretty. I have been playing around with that, so it helped me a lot. Okay, so now we're pulling the Gemma2 image actually to Ollama. I speed this up like 20%, 20 times, so that we can get this downloaded faster. It's pretty fast anyway. And now we can run the Gemma2 model in Ollama. This is that simple. You already have access to it, and you can interact with Gemma2 model. So we'll just ask, who are you? So yeah, Gemma is actually explaining that she is a large language model trained by Google DeepMind. So it's publicly available, so we can use it for your cases. Pretty cool. We already have Gemma deployed or Gemma deployed. Okay, so asking another question, if I can use user interface to interact with Gemma. So obviously now we're talking through CLI. We have SSH to the container of Ollama where Gemma is running, and Gemma is actually replying to us that there are some possibilities of using UIs that are being developed by various developers. We do actually have an idea what we want to do. We're going to install a GUI just right now. So we need to exit Gemma right now and deploy a couple of more of the YAML manifests. So as you can see, I here have Open Web UI manifests already. I have the deployment, the service, and persistent volume claim. So if you see at the deployment, we are actually deploying Open Web UI pod in here. And this pod is going to connect to the service of Ollama we deployed. So it will be, when it's deployed, it should be directly connected and we should be able to interact with Ollama directly. We also have a persistent volume claim. This is needed for the web UI. So as you can see, we'll be deploying the persistent volume. This is fairly simple here. You might want to have a shared drive. You might have a shared disk somewhere here. But we're just doing this in a lab, so we'll make it fairly simple. The service, we obviously want to access this externally. I'll just simply using node port with the direct access from my laptop to that service. So let's bring it on. We create the persistent volume claim, and then we're gonna create the deployment itself, and finally we have the service deployed. Okay, so now if we check if the pods have been created in the Ollama workspace, we do see that we have 2 pods running. Perfect. That's what we actually wanted to have. We should be able to see, okay, we have node 2 and node 1 deployment. So the web UI is actually on node 2. Perfect. So we can access this directly from node 2. We get the IP address of node 2 to understand where we connect. Yeah, let's check it. And we will actually need the port where the web UI is listening on. So let's get the services also from the same namespace, which is Llama. Okay, we have the port number. Let's copy the port number right now and let's use it to connect to the GUI. Okay, and there we go. We have the answer. One painful thing about this open web UI is that you always need to register your account. I don't think the email address actually allows you to, you probably need some connection to internet to make sure that you can reset your password or actually receive emails. I'm not sure if you can actually reset your password here. But there we go. We created the account and we are in. So actually there's a lot of news in there about new versions. So this has been actively developed. So don't hesitate to check it out. And here we are in the interface. We're choosing the model, Gemma2. You can actually pull more models and run them. So you can pull models like Llama 3. You can check it on the Ollama website. Okay, and we're asking the first question, who are you? Okay, and we get very similar answer to what we got through CLI. So look, we actually have a user interface. We have kind of Gemini experience here with this interface. A lot of actually capabilities. It's quite powerful as an UI. It's not very simple UI. Need to still play around with it, and probably we'll make a video on that. So we have like our private model now running on a Kubernetes cluster, where you can ask your questions without going to internet. So let's check with Gemma. Can we actually speak in Polish? Yeah, where I am expecting the answer that it can actually speak in Polish. It takes a little bit of time. Probably it needs to be improved by using GPUs, but this is for another episode.
Okay, so that's all for today. So you learned today how to run Gemma2 on your Kubernetes cluster. You also can run it purely on your laptop, but I think that's a more fancy way where you will be able in future to scale it. We also have installed a user interface where you can easily interact with the model. You can actually download other models if you wish, but I leave this for next episode. Thank you for watching and see you next time.